And now, your forecast first with Chief Meteorologist Jared Floyd.
A look at our almanac from today. 64 the daytime high, a morning low of 53. Clearly warmer than normal for this time of year, and much of this week will be in that same form. But we'll also trend much soggier as we wrap up 2020 and head into a new year. Lows tonight anywhere from the mid-40s to upper 40s in some spots, even the low 40s across South Arkansas, but clouds varying temperatures depending on location. Daytime highs tomorrow in the mid-60s. And your forecast first, 10 at 10 on 10 starts right now.
Your local news leader, celebrating 65 years of keeping you informed. Home of the live Storm Tracker Doppler and voted by you as the best newscast in the Arklamas. This is NBC 10 News at 10.
We are a small facility, and if Dara has one RN out, it hurts, because there's not a big pool of people to pull from.
Hello, it's good to have you with us this Monday. I'm Bodie Brooks. Our top story tonight, rural hospitals like Union General Hospital in Farmerville have less staff compared to bigger hospitals in major cities. However, despite not being a big healthcare provider, they're still getting access to the COVID-19 vaccine. NBC 10's Hunter Elise spoke to hospital directors to take a look at the vaccine process there for the estimated 150 employees, including contracted services like labs and physical therapy, as they line up to get vaccinated.
That's right, and although the first doses they received of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine wasn't enough for the 150 employees right off the bat, they were able to vaccinate those directly in contact with COVID-19 patients and then some. I spoke to a few employees who say they're excited to be a part of the breakthrough in the pandemic.
I do admit that I was a little hesitant at first. I just tried to educate myself as best as possible. I felt by that time I did feel very confident in receiving the vaccine and very blessed, to be able to get it because there are so many people that can't.
And when I asked about any potential side effects, there really wasn't any.
It was less soreness than my flu vaccine. It was the same with me. My arm hurt worse with the flu vaccine than it did with COVID. We received 15 vials, which means we should have been able to inoculate 75 individuals, but we realized we had an extra dose in a few vials, so we were able to vaccinate 80 individuals. We are just so blessed to have, be able to receive the vaccine because even though we're a small hospital, we're still having to take care of COVID patients, so our staff is very much exposed, just like everyone, in the big hospital.
Once the vaccine was given, the hospital had to register who got the vaccine for the next step in the process of completing the dose.
That automatically puts the stock of when we get it keyed and linked, then they're going to trigger for us in 3 weeks to send a shipment of that same amount.
Union General Hospital says they're expecting the second dose of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine to come in the next few weeks. Reporting in West Monroe, I'm Hunter Elise.
Union General says they encourage their employees to register on vSafe, which is an app that tracks your side effects after receiving the vaccine, also telling us they've had good responses from employees with limited side effects. If you'd like to learn more, you can check out this story right now on myarklamas.com. Developing Now, a senior Treasury Department official tells NBC News that they anticipate being able to start delivering the $600 direct stimulus payments included in the COVID relief legislation by the end of this week. Last week, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said that payments via direct deposit would start going out this week. The official said they expect to keep to that timeline despite the delay from President Trump asking for higher payments of $2,000. Because Friday is a federal holiday, people may not see the money in their accounts until next week. But Treasury expects to make deposits on their end this week. In 8 minutes, we'll tell you more about how the House has now approved increasing those checks and how the stimulus will affect jobless Louisianans. New at 10, a disabled man is killed in a mobile home fire in Arrows. It happened in the 200 block of Lottie Lane. Washtenaw Parish firefighters found the body of a man in what is believed to have been a hallway. Official identification and cause of death are pending. The victim is believed to be the 63-year-old male homeowner. Deputies say the fire started in one of the home's bedrooms, but have not yet determined the cause. Police in Ruston are searching for the person responsible for shooting up a convenience store. It happened just after 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve at the Easy Mart on South Farmerville Street. Investigators say several shots were fired into the storefront. A 25-year-old woman was treated for a non-life-threatening gunshot wound and released. A 25-year-old man was near the scene and obtained a minor non-gunshot wound. At this time, there are no known suspects. If you know who is responsible, contact Crime Stoppers at 318-255-1111. Investigators say no motive yet in the Christmas Day bombing that leveled a portion of downtown Nashville. Authorities are interviewing people who knew 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner, who they believe is behind the Christmas Day bombing. Neighbors describe Warner as a quiet man who worked as an IT serviceman. He kept an RV in his backyard. Officials say that same RV hit downtown early Christmas morning.
Has been sent to Quantico. And the FBI is analyzing that evidence as been going on for since the first pieces of evidence have been collected. So they're analyzing that evidence to determine what the objects, the substances that were used in the for the explosion.
More than 40 businesses were damaged and 3 people were injured. Warner is believed to be the only person who died.
Now, your local weather with Chief Meteorologist Jared Floyd.
Checking the live storm tracker Doppler radar, generally quiet at this hour. We've seen the light radar returns, maybe some patchy drizzle under some of the more dense cloud cover at this hour, but generally a weak frontal boundary helping to kind of translate some clouds back into the area, and as winds return to the southeast, expect a more robust increase in cloud cover through the day tomorrow and continuing through midweek. Temperatures in the 40s to the north, low to mid 50s across the central sections of the Arklamis, upper 50s as you move farther southward, so we do expect kind of a wide array of temperatures through the overnight time frame. Cloud cover generally more prevalent along and north of the I-20 corridor. A little bit of clearing in the southern parishes, but generally they've also dealt with their share of cloud cover from time to time through the course of the day and across the rest of the region. Overall, despite the leftover clouds, not a whole lot in the upper level changing things in the short term, but that happens to really drastically change later this week. We talked about it earlier during the 6 o'clock newscast, how our trough of low pressure starts off as one kind of big piece, but it has a northern branch to the jet stream and a southern branch as well. As this all moves east, that northern branch just kind of keeps on moving eastward, and the southern branch just kind of hangs out and cuts off as an upper low that will spin and eventually eject itself northward and northeastward through the day on Thursday and into early Friday. But here's where the question marks reside. The storm system, if you were to look at it last Friday, Saturday, was positioned much farther eastward before it started that northward turn, and that really wrapped in some cooler air and kept much of the Arklamis in generally a cold rain. But steadily over the last 3 days, the models have shifted this system farther and farther westward, keeping us on the eastern edge of this ejecting system, meaning that it's going to wrap in a lot of the warm, moist, unstable air and some pretty high wind shear values, and that could bring us a window of opportunity for some strong, potentially severe thunderstorms. I still think the best setup for that will be to our east, but it really pushes the winter weather aspects of this system well to our west and to our north. It does make for an interesting forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth area by the end of this year and going into the start of the weekend. Leftover disturbance behind it could pull in some cooler air early next week. In general, though, our focus is on the rainfall forecast and the severe weather potential as we go into Thursday. Could see some of those strong to severe storms, but again, a heavy rain is also going to be part of the forecast. Some spots could see 2-3 inches of rain, maybe even more than that. Mid-40s overnight, cloudy, cool with a light northeasterly breeze. Winds swing around to the southeast as we head through the day tomorrow. Leads to a warm up, mid to upper 60s for highs. Rain chances around 10%. A stray sprinkle can't be ruled out through the course of the day. Look at the rest of the forecast over the next 7 days, and again, we end the year on a soggy note with some scattered showers and storms as early as Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, and then the widespread rain on New Year's Eve, and some slow clearing for New Year's Day and the first weekend of 2021, with highs back in the 50s and lows in the 30s. But again, expect a very soggy day, and the rain likely to stretch out through much of the day on New Year's Eve, so Obviously, a lot of folks will be ringing in the new year inside. Probably the best thing considering what we expect in the weather forecast.
What other way to end a year quite like this one, Jared?
Probably the most fitting one I've ever seen.
Well, let's hope that the sunshine is something foreboding for better times next year.
Fingers crossed.
All right, thanks, Jared.
Yep.
Trandon Davenport of Monroe, you're tonight's winner of our Jim Taylor dealership's $50 gas card. That's only if you call before our newscast ends. The number 318-807-0900. If you want to win some gasoline, register at one of the Jim Taylor dealerships or online at myarclemis.com and watch for your name every weeknight during 10 at 10 on 10. Still ahead, much-needed COVID relief is on its way to Americans, but now Congress is voting on a major sticking point that almost stopped this bill from being signed. Could more relief be on the way?
Local restaurants need our community support now more than ever. Coca-Cola, along with NBC 10 and Fox 14, want you to keep calm and carry out. Visit myarclemis.com for restaurants still offering takeout and/or delivery orders. Support these restaurants by ordering your favorite dishes or purchasing gift cards. Keep calm and carry out. Support our local restaurants. A message from Coca-Cola Bottling Company, NBC 10, and Fox 14.
Honey, it's freezing in here.
Oh? What?
Don't get caught in the cold. O'Neill Gas offers propane tank installation, service, and refills. Propane is reliable, economical, and more environmentally friendly than electricity. Well, hello.
Hi, Tom.
Oh. Sweetheart? Sweetheart?
From our home to yours, O'Neill Gas.
Sweetheart?
Divine Wines in the Keg Package. Drive-thrus open. Doors open to 10 customers at a time. 15 flavors of frozen drinks. Hard to find wines and liquors. Delicious steaks from Louisiana Tech Farms.
So come see us at Divine Wines in the Keg Package.
670 Tarbutton Road, Ruston. New interchange off I-20 allows easy access. Call your order in. 318-255-8344. Serving the Ruston Grambling area for over 45 years.
Don't miss it. We're in the final days of Toyotathon at Bantro Toyota. Every new Toyota is slashed with huge Toyotathon savings, but it ends soon. Like a new 2020 Highlander, now $4,350 off. Take $6,200 off a new 2020 Avalon. Or take an instant $2,800 off a new 2020 RAV4. Or 0% for 60 months is available at Bantro Toyota. Now more than ever, right on the corner, right on the price.
Chris Demersion, weekday mornings on NBC 10 News Today.
Hi, I'm Ken with Ken's Coffee Service, your local office coffee and filtered water cooler specialist. Now offering your cheap whole home water purification system. Look us up on myarclemis.com.
A Better Today starts with Felicia, Chris, Lexi, and Isabel on NBC 10 News Today. Get caught up on the latest local and national news and plan your day around Lexi's forecast. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7 on NBC 10. NBC 10 News at 10 continues.
The House of Representatives passed a bill increasing the coronavirus stimulus checks to $2,000 today. The House passed a bill this evening to increase direct coronavirus relief payments to some people to $2,000, but the bill faces an uphill battle in the Republican-run Senate, despite support from President Donald Trump. The bill needed 273 votes to have the two-thirds majority of those who voted, and it passed 275 to 134. The legislation would increase the $600 in direct payments to those who earned less than $75,000 last year to $2,000. The House also voted today to override President Donald Trump's veto of the $740 billion defense authorization bill, the first vote to override one of Trump's vetoes by Democrats and members of his own party. President Trump has vetoed 9 bills, including this one, none of which have been overridden. The Senate will vote next on whether to override the veto. The measure passed the House 322 to 87. And after weeks of uncertainty, clarity is coming to thousands of Louisianans left jobless by COVID-19. Harrison Golden now breaks down the help on the way.
Hi there. Well, here's how much paper it would take just to print out one copy of Congress's COVID-19 relief bill. Now, for those of you keeping track at home, that amounts to about 5,600 pages. And lodged somewhere inside a little help for the unemployed.
Helping them to buy groceries, school uniforms, school supplies, pay their rent.
The federal legislation will add $300 to weekly unemployment checks until March 14th. And after virus-related joblessness left Louisiana's once full unemployment trust fund drained, this bill will also let the state keep borrowing federal filler, interest-free, for a bit longer.
There is no rest for the weary.
The bill also lets the state labor office keep using outside call centers, giving applicants less of a wait. Since March alone, the Louisiana Workforce Commission has paid out $7 billion to 700,000 applicants. That's roughly 1 in 7 Louisianians.
It has been tremendously challenging, but I could not be more humbled and really inspired.
State Labor Secretary Eva DeJoie says President Trump's signature on a COVID-19 relief bill will give Louisiana's unemployment system months of help, but she still sees a much longer road ahead.
Returning to normal is all dependent on when we're able to conquer the current health crisis.
And guessing when that normalcy will return can seem like a job in itself.
Like everyone, we want certainty. But we understand that we're living in uncertain times.
Congressional leaders may consider a third COVID relief bill in a few months. Meanwhile, the past few months have indeed helped Louisiana's jobless numbers ever so slightly. November's unemployment rate here, 8.3%, more than a full percentage point down from what it was in October. Now again, this is nowhere near as low as it was pre-pandemic. But then again, what is? And for now, I'm Harrison Golden reporting. Let's send it back to you.
Well, Grambling State University will see direct financial benefit thanks to the passage of the Omnibus Appropriations and Emergency Coronavirus Relief Act. As part of the Historically Black Colleges and Universities Capital Finance Debt Relief Act, Grambling will receive $87 million in debt relief. $80 million will go to student housing and $7 million will go to the swimming and intramural facilities. Coming up, a local police jury could face a budget shortfall after changing addresses. What officials are doing to calm taxpayer concerns. Next.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shop and experience historic downtown West Monroe.
The biggest thing that people don't or not aware of is that you can possibly give this to someone who won't be as lucky as I was. And that's a heavy burden. Wearing a mask is just added protection, not only for you, but it's for people that you care about. You never know when you're too careful, but you'll know when you're not careful enough.
You have the power to protect yourself, your loved ones, and ensure a healthy economy.
Finally home. Okay, let's go.
Come on. Yeah. Welcome to the final days of Toyotathon. Here for a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the wait is over.
Oh, Camry. Yes.
During Toyotathon, get $1,000 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease the adventurous new 2021 RAV4 LE for only $229 a month. Hurry in today.
You can get a great deal, too, at Toyotathon, but it all ends January 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Finley. We know that there are a lot of people who just do not want to go to the dentist. Well, if that's you, we have a place where you can come and get what you do want. All the dentistry that you need without the fear and anxiety. Our doctors and staff will take away any embarrassment you might have about your mouth. IV sedation can help you get the dentistry that you want in just a few visits. In a safe, comfortable place, you can take a nap and wake up to a new smile.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The NBC 10 mobile sports app for Apple and Android. Brought to you by Ross Downs, attorney at law. NBC 10 News at 10 continues.
As the Ouachita Parish Police Jury heads into the new fiscal year, they could be facing a budget shortfall. The old Ouachita Parish School Board building will soon house the Ouachita Parish Police Jury in 2021. NBC 10's Brian Briggs breaks down the details and what it ultimately means for taxpayers of the parish.
Projected for 2021, it appears that it would be a budget shortfall.
One that comes from $1.3 million that is going to 3 buildings previously occupied by the Ouachita Parish School Board. The jury needed to sign off on the buildings this year, as storage space is quickly running out for them at the Ouachita Parish Courthouse. The money is being taken from the jury's general fund, and it was already approved in 2019.
I would use the analogy of someone with their savings account,
which could show up as reduced funds for the general fund for 2021. But Shane Smiley, president of the Ouachita Parish Police Jury, says they will be ready financially next year.
We have let the general fund balance build up somewhat. We've been very, very careful with our spending. And by doing so, we're able to purchase these buildings.
Keep in mind, this general fund only makes up about 5% of the jury's total budget, with 95% going towards dedicated taxes. And as far as the taxpayer is concerned,
nobody should anticipate any kind of millage increase or tax increase of any sort for that.
Reporting in Ouachita Parish, Brian Briggs, NBC 10, your local news leader.
The police jury expects to be in the new building sometime in the fall of 2021. Sports is next. Championships in Oak Grove are underway. Chris Demergen brings you the highlights next.
NBC 10 News is covering the stories that matter to you every day. We showed how the Monroe Police Department is engaging the community through a shooting simulator designed to show what police officers may encounter on a daily basis. And we covered both sides of a Lincoln Parish Library debate over the topic of children's books containing LGBTQ characters. See these stories and more at myarclimace.com and on the NBC 10 News mobile app, available for iPhone and Android.
Jim Taylor Auto Group is excited to announce we're growing to better serve you. For decades, we've had Chevrolets to the east and Fords to the west. We are thankful for the relationships we have developed through the years. Now the same great experience you've grown to expect in Rayville and in Ruston is available at Jim Taylor Buick GMC in Monroe. The foundation of our community starts with people just like you and me. Monroe has been my family's home for 3 generations, and this community means a lot to me. Good things are happening here, and we're excited to be a part of it. We have big plans for these corners of North 18th Street. Opportunities for expansion, employment, and growth are just around the corner.
We've spent decades earning your trust.
And now we stand ready to serve you right here at home. Come experience what we're all about at Jim Taylor Buick GMC in Monroe.
I've been a client of Fast Serve going on close to 20 years now. It's the customer service that always has brought me back. When my van is out of commission, I'm out of commission. All I do, make a phone call, and they're there for me. You cannot do this on the internet. Hands down, Fast Serve is a blessing in my life. I don't order anything from anywhere other than Fast Serve.
Be inspired to get into a new 2021 Mazda from Lee Edwards Mazda. With Mazda's Season of Inspiration, you save with 0.9% financing on all new 2021 Mazdas. Find your inspiration in a new Mazda CX-5, Mazda CX-30, or Mazda CX-9. And through Mazda's Season of Inspiration event, you get 0.9% APR for 60 months on all 2021 Mazdas. Don't miss your chance to save during the Season of Inspiration going on now at Lee Edwards Mazda.
The Simmons Sporting Goods Duck Report is brought to you by Realtree Timber.
It's Monday, 2 days after Christmas. I wish I could tell you, man, it was slow. It's slow today. We had no wind, absolutely no wind. We killed them good right before Christmas. You know, the 2 days before Christmas and Christmas Eve was 2 of our best days of the year. But did not hunt Christmas Day. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. Day after Christmas was a little weak. Yesterday was very weak for us. We heard mixed reports, though. Some guys north of us here in South Arkansas did pretty good. But this morning, a few ducks, there was ducks around, just no wind, just tough conditions. We killed 7, the other blind killed 12. We killed some mallards and some pintails, so it wasn't terrible, but the conditions, you know, cloudy and no wind is it's tough, especially in the fields. So we're hoping it'll pick up. Got some weather coming in toward the end of the week, but right now it's pretty stale. But tune in every night and check us out.
Now, your local sports with Chris Demersion.
Hey, the weird high school football year it was in 2020, Oak Grove making history for the first time ever. 3 straight trips to the championship game. Again, for the first time in history, Oak Grove is your back-to-back state champion. All thanks to former Beast of the Week, Ron Creighton. Here are the highlights.
Tigers making their 7th appearance all-time in the title game, playing for their 5th championship. Grand Lake stands in the way. Tigers defense keeping the Hornets to under 100 yards of rushing offense. Kevin Holloway and Dalton Allen bottle up Grand Lake on offense on this play. Still no score. Now in the second quarter, quarterback Deuce Clement faking the handoff, keeps it himself. Nearly 50-yard gain for the senior. Clement gives us a Ron Creighton. Creighton bursts through a hole through the Hornet defense. 70-yard play. Tigers now at the 2. Creighton gets a rock again, this time for 6. Oak Grove leads 7-0 in the second quarter. Ryan Gregory's crew still up 7. Clement launches a pass in the air, links up with Dalton Allen on offense this time for the TD. Tigers up 14-0 in the third quarter. Tigers now up 14-7, still in the third. Oak Grove on the receiving end of a kickoff. Holloway playing special teams now, takes us 85 yards to the house. They're up 21-7. Oak Grove now leading 27-7 following another Creighton score. Clement in the red zone reaches pay dirt himself. Clement ended with 158 yards of offense. Creighton, the game's MVP, finished with 191. Oak Grove goes back-to-back. They dominate Grand Lake 33-7. Amazing story for Clement, who broke his ankle in the first quarter of the championship game in 2019. He responded in a big way on Monday.
Added fuel to my fire to want to play in another one. And, just to show what I can do and show, more people what I can do, what I'm capable of.
I mean, on some of the plays, they weren't getting to me fast enough, so it created space for me to get big plays. So I took the advantage of that.
We talked about all year our legacy and how we want to be remembered, and that's our goal is to be remembered this way with back-to-back state championships on our senior year.
In Natchitoches, Chris Demersion, NBC 10 Sports. More after the break.
Download the NBC 10 Fox 14 weather app, free on Apple and Android.
I have something for you.
Hi. I have something for you, too.
It's the GMC season to upgrade. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to get over $9,100 total value on this 2021 Sierra SLT.
See your Monroe, El Dorado area GMC dealer.
Share more holiday joy than ever with Suddenlink. Now your whole family can get ultra-fast 100 meg internet and enjoy live TV and built-in streaming apps with Suddenlink's entertainment experience. All for the new low price of only $40 a month, now including free installation. We'll even share a $100 Visa prepaid card with you. Plus, you can add the Suddenlink Amplify smart speaker with high-fidelity sound for only $1 a month for the first 3 months. Visit suddenlink.com to get your share of these deals before they're gone.
Local restaurants need our community's support now more than ever. Coca-Cola, along with NBC 10 and Fox 14, want you to keep calm and carry out. Visit myarclemis.com for restaurants still offering takeout and or delivery orders. Support these restaurants by ordering your favorite dishes or purchasing gift cards. Keep calm and carry out. Support our local restaurants. A message from Coca-Cola Bottling Company, NBC 10, and Fox 14. Marie's Medical Supply is leading the way with the newest CPAP scanning software. Come let our experienced staff find the perfect fit for your CPAP mask with our new 3D scanning technology. Marie's Medical Supply. Quality products, superior support.
I'm Charles Hogan with the Hogan Agency, specializing in insurance, bonding, and safety services, supporting individuals, families, and businesses. Visit us on Ask the Experts on myarclemis.com.
Wound
Ostomy Care Clinic of West Monroe, a unique approach to healing wounds and managing ostomies.
Got a news story you think we should cover? Call the NBC 10 Fox 14 News Tip Hotline, 812-1410, sponsored by Cooper Home Installation. Got a news story you think we should cover? Call the NBC 10 Fox 14 News Tip Hotline, 812-1410, sponsored by Cooper Home Installation. The NBC 10 mobile sports app for Apple and Android, brought to you by Ross Downs, attorney at law.
On the rain chances later this week, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and the possibility of some stronger thunderstorms, too. That part of the forecast is ever-changing, it seems, at this point, but we're going to hopefully nail down some more finer-tuned details tomorrow. And also some pretty heavy rainfall, at least a couple of inches of rain in some spots as we round out New Year's Eve on Thursday. Some slow clearing for New Year's Day and cooler for the first weekend of 2021 with highs in the 50s and lows back in the 30s.
All right, thank you, Jared. That is NBC 10 News for Monday, December the 28th. Chris, Felicia, and Lexi have you up to the minute from the minute you're up from 5 to 7 tomorrow morning. Have a good